Hello friends, my name is Emile and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic. This time taking a look at the Dodge Viper RT10. This car was requested by Emile and Milch. And normally I'm a huge fan of the Dodge Viper and I am very much a fan of the RT10. However, this racing modification, I know it's supposed to be based off a real car, but for me this is one of the worst looking racing mods in the game. I really do not like the colour combination, the red with the yellow headlights. I don't like the fact it says Chrysler Dodge all over it. I find it a bit weird. Yeah, really do not like this racing mod, but the power figures more than make up for it. 706 horsepower, 1286 kilograms, and a hell of a lot of torque. Of course, it's front-engined rear-wheel drive, because why would a Viper not be? Anyways, it is going to have 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is, well, our new leader, the Daihatsu Sirion rally car, which sets a time of 29.420. Don't think much is going to be touching that for a very long time, but you never know. I don't think the Viper's going to get up there because, well, as we know from this series, rear-wheel drive, high horsepower cars are very much hit and miss indeed. The previous Viper that we had around here was the GTS RT Marica, which was not a very good car to drive. Admittedly, though, it didn't set too bad a time. I believe it was a 31.2 that Viper set, so it'll be interesting to see if the RT10 can beat that. I will say, okay, never mind, I spoke a bit too soon. I was going to say, just by driving this vehicle, though, it does actually seem like it's better than the other Viper, because the other Viper spun out a lot. It was a really sensitive car. This one seems to be just one of those cars where it has so much torque, I don't really need to change gears with it that much. I'm sure if I put this into first gear, it would just spin out and kill itself, but okay, apparently it's just going to spin out and kill itself anyway. But actually, because I'm leaving it in second gear, it basically means that the torque takes it up the rev range, and that actually is quite a good thing. You know, if I can just get a clean lap out of the Viper without spinning it out, we will actually see sort of what sort of a time this vehicle is going to set. But yeah, honestly, just leave it in second gear. You change up to third down the straight just because second doesn't quite have the enough of a range to really make it so you can stay in second the entire time. But yeah, the gears are really well sorted out in this car for this sort of a vehicle. 31.116 does mean it is going to beat the racing Viper, which is interesting. Admittedly, I think this might be the first time that I've used a normal version of a car and the race version, sort of both of them are on the leaderboard, so we can actually compare them. But yeah, although again, you know, the GTS is technically the Viper, which is, yeah, but never mind. Yeah, so I think this is the first time I've actually had the racing version and, well, racing-ish. These cars aren't really close, you know. I can't really get out what I'm trying to say. The GTSR and the RT10 kind of similar. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting to see how the cars handle between the racing version and the normal version. Of course, the racing version sort of needs downforce more, but of course, the thing is, if the downforce kicks in on the racing version, then, yeah, it's going to be a hell of a lot quicker. So, yeah, it is kind of interesting in that aspect. Still, this is going to go towards the top end of our leaderboard, at least. We'll see if we can get any more extra time out of it in this final lap. I don't really hold my breath out for it. But yeah, it feels good. It feels kind of heavy in some aspects, but yeah, it's a nice enough vehicle if you just leave it in a gear and just let the torque take it through the rev range. It is good, but if you try and actually take this car to red line using the gears, it doesn't quite work. It really does not quite work, but yeah, this lap is not going to be any quicker, and it doesn't really matter. A 31.116 is the final time we're going to get from the Viper RT10. A pretty decent showing, to be honest with you. I was expecting it to be a little bit worse to drive than that. The lap time thing, yeah, it could go quicker. I think you could get it into the 30s, maybe. Well, that would have been incredible if we could have done that, but nevertheless, still good time from the RT10. So let's go see where it places on our leaderboard. Onto the leaderboard then, and the Dodge Viper RT10 goes into 11th place with a 31.116, just beating out the Peugeot 206 rally car and Honda Civic VTI, a bit slower than the Renault Espace F1. It does manage to beat, however, the Viper GTSR, which is somewhat interesting. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode of the Hot Lap Classic. As always, if you have cars you'd like to recommend for this series, you can do so down below in the comments section, and go into the description for a full car list request form. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a farewell.